Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the Disguised Toast stream. The #1 strategy gamer on Twitch.tv and all of streaming, to be honest. I have an award to prove it now. Like, I have proof. This, Pepe. See? See this Pepe? It means I'm the best strategy streamer ever in the history of strategy streamers. So I don't ever want to hear you guys say that another strategy streamer is better than me, because that would just be straight up lying. Like, I don't want to hear that someone else is a better Among Us streamer. I don't want to hear someone's better Hearthstone streamers. I don't want to hear someone's better than me at a TFT streamer, because it's just patently not true, and I have this to prove it. See, you can't argue facts. Why is it built like that? Well, it's 3D printed. It's kind of hollow, actually. I think if I apply any kind of pressure on it, this would snap instantly. Yeah, the game awards was fun. I had a wonderful time. Big thank you to Cutie Cinderella for putting on an event like that. It's not easy getting streamers to do anything, because streamers are inherently very, very lazy. Very lazy. For those who miss it, don't worry. Let's take a look at last night's event so I can relive my moment of victory. Play the clip.
When Cutie first asked me, I didn't think it'd be this high level of a production. I thought it was going to...
Play the clip.
To quote Alex Andrea! A cutie, these streamers somehow found a way to get more than 10 viewers while playing TFT.
Good one. Yeah. True, but sometimes it still hurts.
Here to present the award for Best Strategy Game Streamer, brought to us by Surfshark, is Myung.
You can hear Ray in the audience.
Okay, when Cutie first asked me, I didn't think it'd be this high level of a production. I thought it was going to be in, like, Lud's basement, so I'm...
She wasn't joking. She legitimately thought we were going over to Ludwig's house, where there's gonna be like 20 streamers sitting in a basement.
really nervous, but I can at least list out the nominees for Best Strategy Game Streamer. Northern Lion, Disguised Toast, Box, and Scara. And the winner is... Disguised Toast.
Woo! Sheesh! Get shit on, Albert! Get shit on, Scara! Northern Lion GG's. You know, I had an inkling that I was gonna win when they asked me Young to present, since I'm, you know, good friends with her. And I thought it'd be really messed up if they had me Young present the award to, like, for example, Northern Lion. That'd be kind of twisted. So full transparency, I suspected that I was gonna win. You can hear Pokey's laughter. I went for the hug, as you do at these awards. Like I've seen the Oscars, you always give a hug to the presenter, like thank you. You can pinpoint the exact moment my heart broke in two if you played in slow-mo. Right about here. With my arms outstretched and the realization that she turned around hit me. It's alright. Not a lot of people saw it. Only like 300,000 people. Wow. I'm really surprised. I didn't know watching Naruto counted as a strategy game. But God, I'm so funny and cringe. You guys all know who I am, so I wanted to take a moment and highlight the accomplishments of my fellow nominees. The woody bald man from Canada, Northern Lion, popularizing Super Auto Pets. Skara, the cornerstone of TFT and League of Legends. And Boxbox, who I personally draw a lot of inspiration from. So I'm honored to share this award with all of you. Thank you.
Congratulations. As Disguised Toast walked off stage, all we heard was, "That was so cute."
Yeah. I thought it was a good moment to highlight the accomplishment of strategy gamers. I want to thank like the entirety of all the strategy streamers. Like the Hafus, the Dogs, the 5-Ups, the Sojus, the Crips. Because I felt like strategy streamers don't really get any kind of recognition. We're like the nerds of the nerds, right? You know how in high school you had like a nerd table? Well, in streaming, everyone's a fucking nerd. We all play video games. But even within streaming, the strategy gamers are the nerds of the nerd world. Like we'll never be the FPS players or the battle royale streamers or the just chatting. But I want to show my appreciation for the art. Those, why do you get emotional during your speech? I get emotional when I talk about something that means a lot to me. I think with my upbringing of never talking about my emotions, every time I talk about my emotions, I get emotional, which is kind of weird because what I was saying wasn't that sad or like emotional to me. I just can't talk about my emotion. But yeah, no, like the award doesn't really mean anything. No offense, because it's kind of like it's really scuffed, but it also meant a lot. I don't know how to describe it. Like I knew it's like, oh, this is kind of a meme scuffed thing, but damn, it's cool to at least be recognized in some way. So Yeah, no, it was a great event. I met a lot of cool people. A lot of people introduced themselves to me, and I always feel bad because I don't know what to say. Like, Daily Dose of Internet said, "Hey, man, Toast. We follow each other on Twitter." And I said, "Oh, cool. Nice to meet you." And then I just went back to my seat. And I think he was expecting more of a conversation, but I just don't know. I don't know what to say. It's like, cool. Nice to meet you. I just sat down. Same with pretty much everyone I've met last night. I think the overall interaction was, oh, he's kind of awkward, huh? My Dr. K, Jerma, came up to me and shook my hand and said he watches my content, which made me feel really bad because it's like, I'm so sorry. You make such great content and you have to watch my shitty content, and I feel embarrassed that you even saw it. uh, there's a lot of people I didn't say hi to, just because I'm never the type to go up to someone and say hi to them, even if I like their work. So there were people there that I did not like, though. Um, I just ignored them. One didn't talk to me, and I'm not gonna make a scene. I'm gonna smile and shake his hand. But uh, I remember lining up to get into the theater, and as I was going into the theater, like, it was a pretty long line. I passed like two people I didn't like, and I realized, God, I actually don't like a lot of people. Well, not a lot of people. Like, I actually don't like some people in the streaming scene. Um, and luckily, I didn't have to say anything to them. There was no moment where we were like in the same group. But I swear to God, if this guy tried to talk to me, I was gonna ignore him. Okay, no, I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have like did a very passive aggressive smile and nodded my head. Miz, no, not Miz. I'm not gonna name that person, but this guy is. I just don't like him because I feel like I regularly get flack or get shit on every now and then by people I don't really interact with, which is kind of par for the course. But one thing I noticed, especially with streamers that pay too much attention to LSF, is they kind of seek validation by like throwing shade at certain streamers. It's like, oh, LSF doesn't like this person, let me throw some shade on them. I'm okay if you throw shade on me because you don't like me or if you don't like my content, but to seek the approval of LSF like some kind of attention-starved dog, I feel like make you extra pathetic, and I can't respect that. So those are the people in streaming I don't like. Yes, it was Saikuna. How did you guys figure it out? XCC? No, not XCC. XCC was super nice last night. Like, when I won, like, he patted me on the back and was really happy. And I always say this about XQC. In person, he's super nice. He only goes a little wacko if he is in a competition with you, because he's a very competitive person. But yeah, the award show was a good time. I think it takes a lot of courage and planning and resources to do something like this. And honestly, I think most streamers are happy to participate and they just want to do something beyond streaming GTA or Valorant for the 100th time in a row. So good on Cutie. It is impressive to be able to wrangle up a lot of big streamers in a short amount of time to all come together and do something that is not easy. So well done to her. Like the whole venue with all the production, I can see that costing at least 100K easy. If I had to make a very conservative estimate, it would probably be around 200,000. She said it was over 200,000. Yeah, that's expected. I don't think all the sponsors she got really covered everything, but I think all the Twitch primes, in addition to the sponsors, in addition to future possibilities, would have paid off for her. But it was still a huge risk to take, and it kind of also relied on streamers showing up, because at the end of the day, let's say the Miss Kivs, the XQCs, the Hassans didn't show up, then realistically the viewership would have been about half of that. So I think she really appreciated all the streamers showing up, and a lot of the streamers did show up because they know Cutie and Maya put in a lot of effort to make something like this happen, and you want to support things like that. You want to support endeavors like this. So very cool. Very cool. Makes me want to do something similar in the future, but on a more different scale. Yeah, 300K for a relatively scuffed award show. There was a lot of issues with it, obviously, for the first time, but nothing that you can't fix. How did OTK beat out OTV 100 Thieves? I would say over the last year, OTK has been doing a lot of good stream content. This is the streamer awards, right? Like I would say OTV does better YouTube, 100%, no contest. No contest compared to the other two. 100 Thieves is pretty good at selling merch. And OTK is just really good at doing stream content. They've done so much collabs, so much game shows. So 100% OTK should win the stream award for best org. All right. That was what I'm gonna play today. I think I'll play a bit of Hearthstone. Like, here's the thing about me, chat. I actually watch Hearthstone streams in my spare time. And I know I care because when a Hearthstone streamer I'm watching stops streaming Hearthstone, I get a little annoyed. I'm one of the people in chat typing, hey, can you just play one more game, please? I'm watching here. And that's when I realized, I actually do like watching Hearthstone. To a point where it's hard to find constructed streamers in Hearthstone, actually. Because 20 out of the top, 25 channels are all streaming Hearthstone Battlegrounds. And it's like, bro, I hate this game mode. Why is this the only popular content on Hearthstone? I want to see constructed. So when I do find a constructed streamer, I just watch them. And when they stop streaming, I'm like, fuck, I can't. There's no one else to watch for constructed Hearthstone because nobody streams constructed Hearthstone. Right. Rip interest. I don't think here's my theory. I think there is an audience for constructed Hearthstone streams still, but there's just not enough streamers doing it to a point where it can like pick up steam, is my opinion. Because when you have the majority of people streaming Battlegrounds, naturally, it's like, see, I have a lot of theories about streaming. Sometimes you have the man and you have the cow. Chat, in this case, is the cow. And the streamer is the man. Do you lead the cow, or does the cow lead you? Like, let's say you're a farmer, right? And you have a cow and you wanted to get to the pond to drink water. Are you, the streamer, the man, leading the cow to water? Or is the cow leading you to water? And in this metaphor, I feel like when it comes to Hearthstone Battlegrounds, the man is being led by the cows. Because the audience is like, moo, Battlegrounds, moo. And it takes a man to say, no, cow, we're not streaming Hearthstone Battlegrounds. We're going to stream Hearthstone Constructed. And of course, the cow's going to be like, moo, no, moo, I want Battlegrounds. But it is up to the man to say, this is the kind of content we'll be doing today. Right? Like when I think about Among Us, that was a very case of the man leading the cow. But eventually it became the cow leading the man. Like at the very start of Among Us, where it wasn't meta, it wasn't popular, we were like, hey, listen up. We're going to play this bean game on a spaceship, and you guys are going to either watch it or don't watch it. And when it happened, the people like kind of tuned out. It's like, what is this dumb shit? But eventually it became meta. But once it becomes meta, a lot of streamers get led like by the cow. It's like, moo, this is the meta. I never played Among Us before. I don't really care for it, but I'm going to play it because that's what people are playing. And I didn't realize this until much after the fact. But when Among Us was popping off, a lot of people I interact with were just trend chaser, especially people from like the YouTube side of things. Not the YouTube streamers, but like the YouTube content creators. Where I realized these motherfuckers just played the game because people were talking about it. They had no real interest. I thought they were just being nice and had a real interest in this game I liked. And some of them did, but a lot of them I realized, holy shit, you guys didn't really care. You guys just wanted to be where the content was. And I think after the whole thing, it just made me more aware of the whole idea of meta chasing. And I think that's one of the reasons why people don't stream Hearthstone Constructed, because it's not meta. It's like, no, you can't stream Hearthstone Constructed because no one streams Hearthstone Constructed. It's this idea that you have to do something that someone else is doing, or like everyone else is doing, instead of being like the guy to lead the cow. You know, you have to lead the cow. You have to make your audience care about the content, right? Instead of doing content that people inherently care about, because you don't want to take that risk of doing something that people don't inherently care about. Does that make sense? So, to sum it up, you guys are the cows, and I'm a farmer. Move for me, you cows. I always have these theories about streaming, and sometimes they're wrong, sometimes they're right. I like I like thinking about things like this. Sometimes I feel like I think too much and do too little. Oh my god, I have an 80% with Boner Shaman. Sorry, if you guys don't know Hearthstone, you don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm looking at my stats for my Hearthstone games. I've won 81% of my Shaman games. That's crazy. I know I played like in low elo or whatever, but even the climb, 80% win rate is insanely high. They hop on what's popular instead of trying to find something fun. Yeah, yeah, and I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with that. But I I keep trying to analyze myself as a streamer. So for those who don't know, over the last month, I've been mega unmotivated and borderline depressed. And I don't use that word lightly because I feel like, oh, I'm so depressed, me sad kind of deal. But I was sleeping 16 hours a day. It was really bad. I was sleeping 16 hours a day and I didn't want to leave my bed. And the idea of meeting people gave me so much anxiety. Um, like Scara planned for us to go get lunch. And when the day came, like he knocked on my door and I just didn't respond. And I pretended to be asleep. And I just laid in my bed. And then I messaged him saying like, hey, yo, honestly, the idea of leaving my room is giving me a lot of anxiety. And I told very few people this. I told Ludwig as well, because he had this stream planned for us to go buy suits, and I was trying to come up with all the ways to get out of it. I thought about saying like, my mama's sick, so and I just decided to be like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest, bro. The idea of being on camera is so terrifying for me right now. I can't do it. And he was very nice about it, of course. But the event yesterday helped a lot, cause when people came up to me and said, "Toast, I love your content," it made me feel. How did it make me feel? It made me feel like motivated because I'm like, damn, really? You liked my content? Because my content, haven't been making content, but I appreciate the words. It makes me want to not disappoint them in a way. It's a bit of expectation, which I hate. I hate having expectations put on me, but it was more them showing appreciation. It's like, okay, you know, you're right. I should try and stream a little at least. The problem with streaming, I think, is with me at least, is when I don't have something to focus on, I feel super lost, right? With Hearthstone, TFT, and Among Us, it's like it's easy to focus on it, but without them, I feel so lost. And I can't just play them because I'm not passionate about them. That's the problem. Like I could play it, but it's like I'm not passionate about it. And if I don't have passion, I don't care. And it really seeps through my content. Like with Valorant or League of Legends or whatever game we play, like the variety stuff, it doesn't capture my attention. I need something to capture my attention. So it's this problem of being a workaholic but nothing to work on. Like I'm definitely a workaholic. I love working. So like the last month I felt like I couldn't work on anything. Like I wanted to work, but I could not work on anything. There's nothing to work on. And it was like a really bad feeling. And it's a lot of it is just coming to terms with being okay to not have anything to work on. The idea of just being chill. It's really hard to be okay with that sometimes. Because like I do want to work though. I've been chilling for 4 months. I want to work, but there's nothing to work on because there's nothing I'm passionate about. Uh, so and something will come along inevitably, as it always does. Like the idea of streaming Valorant, for example, doesn't entice me that much. Like it's fun, it's a good break, it's a good filler to just hang out with friends and chat. Um, but I wouldn't say I'm passionate about it. It would be a great thing to do in addition to something, not as like a main staple of stuff. Might need another round with Dr. K. When I met Dr. K last night, I was very close to saying, hey, by the way, I need therapy and not the stream kind. Please help. Because I did Dr. K live on stream, and that's like 50% talking, 50% content. But I felt really bad to a point where I'm like, bro, I need therapy, and I'm not talking about the kind you stream on Twitch for like an audience. I'm talking about the one where we get in a private room and we hash out our content, like hash out our problems. But streamers put a lot of pressure on themselves. Every single streamer, I would say. I think humans tend to be way harsher on themselves than on other people. Like we treat ourselves worse than we treat other people. It's like, you know how you give class presentations and they call names one by one, and the whole time you're super nervous and all you can focus on is how cringe you're going to be when you give your class presentation and everyone's going to laugh at you. But in reality, you know what's everyone thinking about? Everyone's thinking about the same thing. They're thinking about themselves. They're not paying any attention to your class presentation. Like when you're done your class presentation, you're like, oh yeah, that's great. Good. Holy crap, I have to give my presentation still. And it's the same with streaming, I feel like, where a lot of streamers, they're constantly worried about the content, their viewership, their standing in the scene. And they think, oh my God, the other streamers probably like hate me, they don't respect me, or like I need to do good content to impress the other streamers. And all the other streamers are thinking the same thing. It's like, oh my God. Like if whether you're a 1K ND, 5K ND, 10K ND, like 50K ND, I guarantee you people who average like 30,000, 40,000 viewers also feel this way. Like, oh my God, I had 60,000 viewers doing this, and now I only have 40,000 viewers doing this. I lost 20,000 viewers. Oh God, what's going on? And then you have like streamers with 100 viewers going like, oh my God, I went from 100 viewers to 80 viewers. Oh my God, what's going on? And we're all thinking the same thing, and we're all so hard on ourselves. But when we think about other streamers, and someone was to say, oh God, Toast, I went from 5K to 4K, I'd be like, no, it's true. Like sometimes you can't control how things are. Like metas comes and goes, just relax. But I would never give that advice to myself, right? It's weird how tough we are on ourselves, but not other people. With other people, we're always very understanding and supportive. But shouldn't you be understanding and supportive of yourself? Right? That's why I hate it when people pull up viewership numbers to insult, like when streamers pull up viewership numbers to insult other streamers. I find that to be really like a really low blow almost. I feel like I've done it in the past before, but definitely to people who deserve it. But it's like, I feel like when you do something like that, you're kind of hitting below the belt, because it's something all streamers are kind of insecure about at the end of the day. And it makes me worry sometimes, like if I get an argument with another streamer, are they gonna hit me below the belt? Even though realistically, you're not a better or worse streamer necessarily based on a number. But the problem with streaming is there is a number, or like with social media, or like if you're an Instagram influencer, you're a TikTok influencer, there is a number associated with your worth, with your value. And fighting your brain to understand that your worth isn't determined by a single number. It's a battle that every streamer goes through. I was talking with Leslie last night. It was so funny. She had an offer for something and there was a number attached to it. And someone else had the exact same offer and there was a number attached to it. And that person's number was twice of Leslie's. And we were just laughing about it because it's like, wow, they kind of just spell out your worth for you right there. You are worth half of this person. Everything was the same except that one number. And the other person's was doubles of her. And we're just joking. It's like, damn, wow. They just really boil down your worth compared to this person. And it does kind of mess with you a little bit. It's like, damn, I'm worth half of this. But everyone has different strengths. Everyone has different appeals, and everyone blossoms at different time. Like when people look at my YouTube numbers, like I feel like when it comes to YouTube, I do okay. But people constantly come up to me saying like, bro, Toast, I'm so jealous of your YouTube. Like streamers with 2 times or 3 times my live stream viewership. And I would say like, bro, I'm so jealous of your like stream content. And we're all just constantly comparing ourselves, right? Because we can't help it when there's a number attached to everything. And it's like, why can't I be proud of my YouTube? Why am I so focused on like the stream side of things, where my YouTube side of things is like miles better than others, right? And I think it's just human nature to focus on what you don't have instead of what you do have. So yeah. On that note, I started doing YouTube content again. I filmed a thing. I don't know if I actually did a good job because I filmed in my room and I wanted to do like a professional setup, but I was so eager to put out something. I did one of those Google interview things. I printed one of these things out, which had a list of most commonly Googled question about me. Pretty generic content if I do say so myself, but hey, at least I'm gonna start uploading again. Hopefully, fingers crossed. How about the Rust thing? That's definitely happening. Definitely is a strong word. That is 99% happening. We're aiming for the middle of April, so about a month from now. I don't like to hype up things, but I'm hoping it's hype. It's gonna be $100,000, and it's gonna involve 60 to 80 streamers. Might be more, might be less. But we'll see how it goes. I won't give out too much details until everything's confirmed. Everything's still kind of in the planning phase, but I have a team working on it. You should hear something by the middle of next month, because that's when it's supposed to happen. Why is it 100K? I don't know. Why isn't it? When you ask questions like why is something, it's hard to explain, right? Why is it 100K? Is there a number where you won't ask why is it this number? If it's 50,000, would you ask why is it 50,000? If it's 10,000, what kind of dumbass question is that? I'm also still very harsh with my chat. That is not going to change. If you ask a stupid question, if you say something stupid, I will call you out. But one thing I'm doing different is I don't decide the punishment. I let my chat decide the punishment now. Because I understand that I'm a harsh dictator and I'm trying to be a loving leader of democracy. Like this guy who says, you just like to project your insecurities over us. Sir, what am I projecting? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name, huh? Flaming Rage 1860. You just like projecting your insecurities all over us. All right, chat. Today, I, Disguised Toast, do accuse of user Flaming Rage 1860 of committing a crime. The crime of being cringe. As you can tell by his chat history, the proof is right there. He's been following since November 24th, 2021, which is exactly when I came back to Twitch. So this guy is not an O-term fan. He is a recent fan. He's a bandwagoner. Right. Do a tournament involving viewers. No, sir, I won't do that. I understand you're a viewer and this would have been your opportunity to interact with big streamers, but let me tell you, that is no longer gonna happen. You will never interact with me or any other big streamers. You've been timed out twice, it looks like. So, you're kind of annoying. So you have a history of breaking the rules, which, again, isn't good for you. I was kidding, Lamau. And now he's pulling the I was trolling card. If you're going to be a prick, do it with some pride instead of backstepping. So, judge and jury of chat, what say you? Ban or no ban? What say you, chat? Banned, 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 banned forever, banned for show. Banned, banned, banned. Off with his head. It's hammer time. Perma ban. One guy says no ban. Well, looks like an overwhelming support for a ban with some minorities saying no ban. This is a democracy. And I love democracy. Ban. Flaming Rage 1860. Chat has spoken. I merely carry out the sentence. Thank you. for serving justice on the stage, chat. Your rule is just. Echo chamber, yikes. Chat. We have someone saying this is kangaroo court. That this is an echo chamber. Hello, members of the jury. Today I come with you with an accusation of user END word accusing you guys, the judge, of being an echo chamber. We can see his history. He has been timed out once for 5 minutes. Calling you an echo chamber, screaming X got robbed, bringing up Albert and Fedmeister, spamming yikes 2022 Normie Awards as he spends his time on twitch.tv. Members of the jury, I recommend a permaban for this individual. What say you? Echo cham these nuts. Off with his head. Hammer, banners, he insulted us. Banned for life. One guy saying no ban. That's very, very nice of you. This tomfoolery, ridiculous bans ratio plus cope seeth mold. I want to say that he's saying ban. We are an echo chamber, but still banned. Okay, this is a ban for sure. Wow. The members of the jury have spoken. And word, you will be permanently banned from my chat forever. Justice have been served on this day. Very good, chat. Your rule is just and definitely not biased. You know what, chat? I think you guys are better at being a fair and impartial judge than I've ever been. I will submit myself to your judgment. I will only listen to your call on punishment from now on. Toast, we need an objection emote. Well, I do have an objection sound clip.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
That's it. Toast, can you give the accused a one sentence defense? Oh, we should, right? I guess it would be right to allow people to defend themselves. Oh, we can do that in the future. Last two guys, we already hung them. There's no unhanging a person. Oh crap. My stomach's acting up. I actually have to go poo for a second. I need to put on a video while I go poo. Emergency poop. Let me put on a quick OTV podcast video where I talk about the war in Ukraine. Do you guys think the death penalty should exist? Because when you talk about the skin furniture guy, I'm like, yeah, that guy should,
Yeah.
he should die.
That guy's gotta go.
I feel like the first generation of kids will feel very differently about the situation of Mars. Why the fuck am I here? They're gonna be pissed. Dude, imagine gaining consciousness and you're on fucking Mars.
Our body needs water, right? So why the fuck does it give it away? Clearly you want it, but you sweat and you piss it out all the time. Hi. Guess who's back? Yes, that's right. It's me, Disguised Toast, back on the Offline TV podcast. It's been a while. It's good to be back. Today I'm joined by the boys of OTV,
Yo.
John and Michael, and Broden.
Hi.
Skara had his moment last week, so we didn't invite him this time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get straight into it. There's a war going on.
Yes, sir. All right, you're opening with that. That's at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, we should start.
Where do you? First off, who do you think is the good guys?
See, it's clearly Ukraine, right? But I say that without doing any research, just what Reddit tells me and what the Western media tells me,
Same.
right?
Yeah. It's painted that way. They have the blue lightsabers.
Yeah, they have the blue lightsaber. And I'm pretty sure that's the general sentiment
Yeah.
around the world.
Yeah, I think everywhere
Yeah.
except for maybe, some of the other countries. Was it Kazakhstan who was like, yeah, they are painted as like, yes, that.
Yeah, but if you ask me, well, what research did you do to come to that conclusion? I'm like, I saw some memes about the Ukraine president, about how he's pretty good looking and he's a comedian, and Putin is like a jerk.
Yeah.
So that's where I get my politics from. But I started having like thoughts, and I think this is how like anti-vaxxers started. Where it's like, wow, who's to say this information we're receiving is actually true? Maybe it's the other way around. So I started thinking like in an anti-vax way, but like regarding this war, it's like maybe Russia's the good guy. Because
And what was your conclusion on this?
I'm like, well, if all the leaders are saying like Russia bad, Ukraine good, then they probably know something I don't, right? I'm not saying I support Russia. This was a terrible thing to start with. I'm just saying I actually know very little about politics.
Yeah.
And I don't know like when I'm being told something, especially regarding like political stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
am I falling for like marketing or even like propaganda?
Yeah, it's
Or-
happening in a place you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't live there. Yeah, different continent. I think it's probably the fact that the Russian people are in Ukraine and Ukrainian people are not in Russia. You know, like attacking.
Right.
Right. So it's like would be stepping over someone's borders with the military would be you'd be the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
Yeah.
In Toast explanations, I can hear the hate comment, and then you backpedal, and I hear the backspace.
Yeah.
Like, okay, never mind. I'll keep watching. I'll wait till the end.
But it's like,
I think it's freakish because of how many, like I wasn't like old enough to like remember the Iraq War super well, or like the early parts, right?
Yeah.
Like no one or none of us really were. Like you don't remember a shit ton of that. Like you weren't there for Desert Storm or anything.
There wasn't a lot of media for that one.
Yeah.
Back then.
Weird.
Yeah,
we were the ones. Yeah, that's strange. I never expected a war to have so many fucking memes. I never expected. Yeah.
Even your crane is posting the memes. A
It's
tweet.
fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, what did you study in history class? It was like political cartoons. You know, it's just the evolution of like the political cartoon is
Right.
fucking memes. Also, there's like high quality footage of war now, which I've never
Yeah.
seen that. It's always been like a blurry drone footage, right? Like black and white infrared shit. Now it's like,
It is really surreal to see like any clip, even on it's like on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's just-
Yes.
On Twitch, there's just a blown up building of a guy like in an Uber, just like,
Like what the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Have you seen that one girl on TikTok who's like life inside a bomb shelter? And
Oh.
yeah, that is amazing. She's like, yes, I get my rations for the day, and
Oh
then
my
here
God.
I see what Vladimir Putin has done to my city. It's like a fucking obliterated building, and she's like, and that's a day in the life in a Ukrainian bomb shelter. It's like, holy shit.
I saw the one of like the guy petting the pets in the bomb shelter.
Oh,
he was just like
oh.
petting everyone's pets that they had to bring into the bomb shelter because
Yeah.
and that's like something you don't think about. It's like, oh yeah, everyone's animals.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they have to
yeah.
bring it with them to the bomb shelter.
That's
That's
a lot of shit. I don't know how I'd move my fucking fish into that.
and just come in with
Dude,
that.
do you see the one photo of the guy? It was like a suitcase and a fish in a goldfish bowl and an AK-47 on her
Oh
shoulder,
my God.
stepping over like a barrier to like escape. It's like, holy shit! I can't believe it.
He's a real one for not leaving that goldfish though.
Yeah, for
like you
real.
know he's good.
Yeah,
Like,
you know he's good.
he's got the heart.
Yeah.
Like, would you guys stay and fight for your country if like an invading force came and you could leave? Like, you could go to Canada, it's an option.
Right.
But would you stay and be like, I'm gonna protect like my town against these invaders?
Fuck, I couldn't
Because
really.
that takes a lot of courage to be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I could peace out, but like, this
Yeah.
is kind of bullshit. This is injustice. I'm gonna go like, because the Ukrainian government are pretty much just like, hey, who wants to fight? We have like guns for you.
Yeah.
Come get your guns,
Come get y'all Jews.
right? And it's like, well, you have the decision to make. Like, I am deathly terrified of dying.
Yeah.
And I would be like, I'm going to Canada.
Immediately to
Goodbye.
Canada, yeah.
And if I was in Canada and they're getting invaded, like, I'll be going back to Taiwan. Like, I would not feel the need to
Defend the place. you
defend the
live.
country. It's like, if the country falls, it's like, wow, that really fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But it's too scary for me to, like, put my life on the line. And I don't know how, like, a lot of these guys do it.
Yeah.
It's hard to say from U.S. because growing up from our generation, it felt like the U.S. was brainwashing us as kids. It's like, this is really cool. Army's really cool.
Yeah, you seen Call
And
of
I'm
Duty.
like, why are you? I'm 9 years old. Why are you telling me this? Like,
I was weirdly patriotic as a kid. Like, I
Well-
was like, I would die for the United States.
No,
I'm like
you
9
were.
years old.
I was
Yes.
too though, but it's because they were advertising towards kids. And
Yeah.
it felt a little
Really?
brainwashy.
Yeah, I feel like at 14, I was like, that's weird.
Yeah,
that
no,
I thought that. Yeah.
Exactly. Like once you go into middle school, I'm like, wait, that was like,
Wait, that was a a little cringe,
was weird.
actually, that I was saying that.
Yeah.
I'm 9. Yeah.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I had opinions on like the presidents, but I'm like, wait, I don't know any of these
Yeah, yeah, like, what
issues.
the
Like, but it was like all because like I was getting advertised war. Like, join war, it's cool, it's manly. Like, you're a
Yeah.
man if you join the war and if you support it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's weird. But Ukraine, it looks like, from what I've seen, it just looks more like freedom and like pride.
It's also like a small.
Ooh. I feel like my soul has been cleansed. I'm obsessed with the idea of having a perfectly clean bowel. And I feel like it's normally impossible to have a perfectly clean bowel. Like, you would have to not eat anything and take laxatives to have a chance at having a very clean lower intestine. Because normally when you take a dump, there's still poop in there, you know? There's always poop in there. You can never be poop free. And you'll have to live with that knowledge, chat. You will never be poop free. I should take some fiber pills.